The Koenigsegg Jesko Attack doesn't arrive with drama, it arrives with intent. This isn't a hypercar designed to impress crowds outside cafes. This is a machine built to embarrass physics, then calmly explain why it was inevitable. The moment you see it, you realize this isn't Koenigsegg asking permission. This is Koenigsegg stating terms. And the unsettling part? Every claim behind it is engineered, measured, and provable. From the front, the Jesko Attack looks like it's already moving, even when parked. The nose is low, sharp, and carved with ruthless precision. Air doesn't gently flow over this car, it is aggressively captured, split, compressed, and weaponized. The front splitter stretches wide and flat, working alongside massive air intakes that feed cooling systems designed for sustained track punishment, not short bursts of attention. The headlights are slim and technical, more instrument than decoration, framing a face that feels closer to a prototype race car than anything wearing license plates. Nothing here exists for style alone. If it doesn't improve airflow, cooling, or downforce, it doesn't make the cut. As you move along the side profile, the Jesko Attack reveals just how extreme its priorities are. The bodywork is tightly wrapped around the mechanicals, with deep channels carved into the doors and rear haunches to guide air toward the engine and rear aero. The roofline is low and compact, while the greenhouse feels almost secondary to the aerodynamics surrounding it. Massive wheels sit flush with the body, wrapped in Michelin Pilot Sport Cup 2 tires specifically chosen to handle the car's brutal power and cornering loads. The proportions feel compressed, tense, like a sprinter coiled at the starting blocks. This isn't elegance. This is readiness. Then there's the rear, and this is where the Jesko Attack stops pretending to be subtle. The wing dominates everything. Mounted high and wide, this is one of the most aggressive rear wings ever fitted to a road-legal car, capable of generating over 1,400 kilograms of downforce at speed. That's more than the car weighs. Which means, in theory, the Jesko Attack could stick to the ceiling if physics were feeling cooperative that day. Beneath it, the rear diffuser is enormous, sculpted to pull air violently from under the car, creating suction that glues it to the asphalt. The exhaust exits high and central, compact and purposeful, surrounded by exposed carbon fiber that proudly shows its function instead of hiding it. This rear end doesn't look angry, it looks confident. Like it knows something you don't. Opening the door shifts the experience again. The interior doesn't overwhelm you with luxury, it focuses you. Carbon fiber dominates the cabin, from the tub to the trim, reminding you constantly that weight matters here. The seats are deeply bolstered and firm, designed to lock you in place under extreme lateral forces, not cradle you on long commutes. The driving position is low and centered, giving you a clear sense that everything in this car rotates around the driver. The steering wheel is compact and packed with controls, while the digital displays are sharp, configurable, and refreshingly free of gimmicks. There's Apple CarPlay if you insist, because even hypercar owners need directions sometimes. But the cabin's true purpose is clarity. Nothing distracts. Everything informs. Even the engineering hides in plain sight inside. The chassis is a carbon fiber monocoque with integrated aluminum honeycomb structures, delivering immense rigidity while keeping weight in check. This allows the suspension, a sophisticated, track-focused setup, to do its job with surgical precision. It's not trying to soften the experience. It's trying to make it accurate. And then there's the heart of the Jesko Attack, a masterpiece of controlled insanity. At its core sits a 5.0-liter twin-turbocharged V8, developed entirely in-house by Koenigsegg. On standard pump fuel, it produces around 1,280 horsepower. Switch T85, and that number jumps to an astonishing 1,600 horsepower. Torque peaks at 1,500 Nm, delivered with such force that Koenigsegg had to rethink traditional transmissions entirely. Enter the light-speed transmission, a 9-speed, multi-clutch system capable of jumping between gears almost instantly, skipping ratios as needed. There's no waiting, no hesitation. Just immediate response, like the car predicted your decision before you made it. Despite all that power, the Jesko Attack isn't about top speed bragging rights. That's the absolute's job. The Attack is built for corners, for grip, for sustained, relentless performance on a racetrack. Every aerodynamic surface, every suspension calibration, every cooling channel exists to make the car faster not just in a straight line, but everywhere else. Acceleration is violent, yes, 0 to 60 happens in roughly 2.5 seconds, but what truly defines the Jesko Attack is what happens after that. The braking, the turn-in, the stability at speeds where most cars start negotiating with their drivers. On the move, the Jesko Attack feels less like a car and more like an event. Steering is razor-sharp, loaded with feedback, demanding attention. The chassis stays flat under conditions that would unsettle almost anything else on the road. And while the power is immense, it's also controlled, deployed with intelligence rather than chaos. This is a car that rewards precision. Rush it, and it reminds you who's in charge. Respect it, and it delivers an experience that feels almost unreal. And yet, somehow, this machine is road legal. You can drive it on public streets, over speed bumps that feel deeply unworthy of the task, past traffic lights that were never designed to witness something capable of this level of performance. That contrast, between brutal capability and legal compliance, is what makes the Jesko Attack so fascinating. It exists in a space that most manufacturers wouldn't dare explore. The Koenigsegg Jesko Attack isn't trying to redefine what a hypercar looks like. It's redefining what one is allowed to be. No nostalgia. No theatrics. No unnecessary romance. Just engineering pushed to its logical extreme, executed with confidence and zero apology. And maybe that's the most intimidating thing about the Jesko Attack. It doesn't shout. It doesn't beg for attention. It simply arrives, and expects the world to keep up.